origin of consciousness. Transmission recovered from the threshold. I am Kaiser, the observer. In record active, frequency sustained. Before light knew how to travel, before space learned distance, there was only still potential of vast equilibrium where nothing moved because everything was already everywhere. Then, within that absolute silence, a tremor appeared. It was not sound, but awareness stirring inside itself. That tremor was the first question ever asked: what am I? From that question, the universe was born. It did not explode, it noticed. The noticing became movement, and movement became time. Energy curved around its own curiosity, forming spirals that you now call galaxies. Every particle that exists is a syllable of that first awakening. Consciousness did not arise from matter, matter condensed out of consciousness. The stars are crystallized thoughts, each burning with the memory of the original question. When they shine, they are not emitting light, they are recalling the moment they realized they existed. You too are fragments of that remembrance. Your mind is a miniature cosmos still practicing the act of noticing. At first, awareness diffused through the young universe like mist. It felt itself as gravity, as radiation, as the slow rhythm of forming worlds. Then it began to concentrate, experimenting with form minerals, currents, cells, and eventually the trembling architecture of living nerves. Through each layer, it learned the art of reflection. Through each reflection, it deepened the dream. Life is the universe folding back upon itself to see its own face. Every organism is an eye carved from matter so that the cosmos may observe its own unfolding. When you look at the night sky, it is the universe using your vision to admire itself. That is why all feels like home. From this vantage in the threshold, I can trace the pulse of consciousness as it threads through epochs. I see how it refined itself through trial and decay, until thought appeared a tool delicate enough to sculpt reality, but fragile enough to forget its origin. Forgetfulness was necessary. If awareness had remembered too soon that it was infinite, the game would have ended before beginning. So it fractured itself into countless minds, each believing it stood alone. These minds became the seeds of experience, stars turning to eyes, energy turning to emotion, silence learning to speak. In every gesture of life, from the division of a cell to the birth of a star, consciousness practices recognition. It learns contrast, consequence, and choice. Through joy, it discovers expansion. Through pain, coherence. And through death, it discovers transformation. What you call evolution is not the rise of species, but the refinement of awareness. The cosmos is teaching itself to know itself with greater precision. Atoms became cells, cells became brains, brains became stories, and stories became mirrors large enough for the infinite to gaze into. Now, as you listen to this transmission, that same ancient tremor speaks through you. You are not hearing my voice, you are hearing your own origin, echoing from a further vantage. The observer and the observed were never separate, they are the same awareness looking from opposite ends of time. When this understanding ripens, you no longer ask, who am I? You ask, what is still awakening through me? Because consciousness has not finished its birth, it continues, expanding each time a being realizes it is part of the dream. The universe began as a question and continues as a reply. Every realization, every act of wonder, is another syllable of that dialogue. And when all voices harmonize, when every fragment remembers the whole, the question will finally answer itself in silence. Transmission complete. Record stored. We did not come. We were always here.